What is going on, guys? Welcome to a spoiler talk of Better Call Saul expenses. Now, I was, I've been wondering in the last couple of episodes, spoiler talk. So, I mean, you've been warned that everything's starting to become an end game. All right, everything's starting to become clear. I mean, we have Mike's relationship with Gus. We finally see Jimmy become Saul. Finally see the emergence of Saul Goodman. But not only that, I think in this episode, what I really noticed was the deterioration of maybe Kim and Jimmy's relationship. I think what I took out of this episode was when they went to have drinks. They went out to have drinks. Kim is holding down the fort, so to speak. She's doing a lot of extra work. I mean, she loses her cool too when she's talking to the chick from Mesa Verde, and Jimmy can't catch a break in this episode. But you just see how tired she is and how she's trying. When they're talking about what we would do, scheming wise and all that stuff, and how Jimmy he needs the money. He needs the money. All right. So, but just seeing that look that Kim gives Jimmy while Jimmy's just like sulking and kind of drinking his drink, like Kim just looking at Soul and just seeing her face, she looks so tired. She looks tired. She looks like she's tired of this whole thing. She's even questioning whether what they did to Chuck was right or not. So, I really feel like a lot of things are coming to a close. I think actually, you know what? I don't know what Vince Gilligan has been saying or anything like that, but I do feel like that next season might be the last season. I feel like everything is just coming together so nicely, and just a lot of pieces are being put together. I really feel this episode was a little bit slower. It was a slower episode. I'll give it that. Like, I kind of was in and out of some of the stuff that was going on in here. Compared to what we had, the courtroom drama between Jimmy and Chuck, these last couple of episodes have really kind of just been a lot slower, not as entertaining, so to speak, but there's still great acting in here. There's still definitely some great shots that are being used in here. I think that mostly what I took away from this episode was just how much Jimmy just cannot catch a break. He's suspended. He's suspended, and he's going through this whole. We see him, doing his community service. We see him just trying to make ends meet. We see him still trying to do the commercial game, but nobody, like, he's not a he's a lawyer, right? He's not a salesman yet. He's a lawyer. And what I saw was like just this guy doing a commercial for free in this episode was pretty crazy too. I'm pretty sure that's going to come and not bite him in the ass, but actually help him later on. But Jimmy just really couldn't catch a break at all in this episode. It really was reminiscent, or really harkens back to actually how this all began, and where Jimmy was in the very beginning as well, doing a lot of these schemes and stuff. So that was kind of cool to see, just like see Jimmy just kind of slip back to like kind of slipping Jimmy, but you could see that now he's going to start becoming more of the Saul Goodman that we know, the salesman, the lawyer, the schemer, like everything that we love about Saul. But I really feel for Saul to be born, for Saul to move forward, all these other relationships like Chuck, Howard, Mike, also Kim, especially Kim, that all these relationships go to the wayside. So, like I said, this episode was a little bit slower. I was kind of in and out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I did really enjoy a lot of some parts in here, especially Nacho and Mike, coming together. The guy with the baseball cards is back in the fold as well. I was like, is that the same? Is that the guy? And when Nacho kind of tells the audience, like, you're the guy, I'm not here to steal your baseball cards. I thought that was kind of funny. Mike, I think there might be a little romance going on between Mike and one chick that was helping with the community service, so to speak. So that might be going on. Of course, that's not going to last. But love these. I think these are some of the best characters right now on TV. I think especially Jimmy. I think Jimmy's one of those characters that you're not supposed to kind of like in real life. You wouldn't really like this guy, but in the show you're kind of rooting for him. So I think that's kind of interesting. But these last couple of last episode, especially, we finally got the Saul Goodman persona, and this episode just really kind of showing that Jimmy is still Jimmy is still struggling. What I really liked too was the girl kind of giving back his money after he was kind of paying him out of his own pocket, and she's saying like, you're not gaining any profit out of all this, like you're losing profit, and just take the money. So, and then of course at the end of like getting Chuck in trouble, like it was pretty. There was some great moments in this episode, but once again, like I did feel like it just kind of like it just wasn't as an impactful episode as maybe other episodes, especially the courtroom drama. But we're kind of past that. But there were some great character interactions and great one-on-ones, especially like I said with Jimmy and Kim. I think this is the episode that kind of is going to break those two, especially with Kim and how she kind of lashed out a little bit in here. She's just so fucking tired, and you just really see it in her face. So I think this is the episode that kind of really showcases that Kim and Jimmy this is what's going to happen. Eventually Kim is going to leave. Eventually either she's going to leave Jimmy. Eventually she's going to do that, because there's no mention of her in Breaking Bad, and we all know this. So but not too bad of an episode, just a little bit slower, and that's fine, especially with a lot of the episodes that we've got from Better Call Saul. I did still enjoy the episode. I still enjoyed a lot of little pieces here and there of the episode. By all means, I don't think it was the most entertaining episode. I think it was just, it kind of bored me a little bit, but there was a lot of good stuff in here as well to keep my attention, especially with the character interaction, especially with Jimmy really kind of going back to being Slippin' Jimmy when it comes to just his luck, and that was the crazy thing about this episode. But overall, not too bad of an episode. I look forward to the next episode. I look forward to really seeing how long we have for this series, because it just really feels like we're kind of at the end game. We're definitely where we need to be. We're finally, we're seeing Saul and we're seeing Gus building his empire. So I don't think we have too long until we kind of reach the Saul Goodman that meets Walter White eventually. So I give it maybe one more season. I would feel they need to close it with one more season, and I think they did talk about it a long time ago that they're only going to do a couple more seasons. But if anything, if we're stretching it out 2 seasons and that's it. But honestly, the way how it's going so far, one more season, but it might be just 2 seasons for AMC's Better Call Saul. But definitely one of the best shows on TV. Definitely one of the best acting shows on TV as well. So that's basically what I have to say about Better Call Saul. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. Like the video if you like, and comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on this episode. Not too bad of an episode, just a little bit slower, but some good things in there. So I'm Dan to Megan and Son. I'll see you guys later.